2022 had some of the most expensive cards released in the modern Pokemon era, and in this video we're taking a look at the top 10 most expensive cards released this year in 2022. What are they? Go and find out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the top 10 most expensive cards from 2022. Now I did a video a while back looking at the top 10 most expensive cards from last year, 2021, and there's some pretty impressive stuff. But this year is just blown it out of the water completely. We're going to rank them from the least expensive in the top 10 to the most expensive. Let's find out what they are. Coming in number 10, we have the Rayquaza V Max from the trainer gallery of Silver Tempest. Now, Silver Tempest doesn't have the strongest trainer gallery, but this is actually the most expensive trainer gallery card in the set, and it is awesome. It is one of the most expensive trainer gallery cards ever, and it is a very, very awesome card. Rayquaza always holds incredible value. We've seen it evolve in Skies. It is a big chase card, and this is a big chase card in Silver Tempest. Now, Silver Tempest doesn't have the most expensive cards, it has like the Lugia and now the Rayquaza, but the alt arts are not that expensive, so it's nice to see this in the trainer gallery, and it's sitting at around $46. So number 10 coming in at under $50, which is quite interesting. So it has ticked up since its release. Quite hard to pull. I haven't pulled it myself, we haven't pulled it on stream. I haven't really seen many other people pull it either. This seems to be quite a tough card to pull in the set. Now, Silver Tempest, number of pulls you get in the box is pretty good. However, the pull rates are not the greatest in Silver Tempest. That might be one of the reasons why this card is quite tough to get, and it holds a decent value for a subset card. Don't forget, it is a subset. So it's really cool. I like the artwork. I think it's amazing. I can see it climbing a lot more in the future, and Silver Tempest is easy to get hold of right now, but you know, like I say, pull rates have an effect on the prices. This is a fantastic card. Coming in number 9, another trainer gallery. This time it is the Pikachu V Max. This is from Lost Origin. Now, I feel like Lost Origin has the best trainer gallery out of the trainer gallery sets. I think it's absolutely stacked full of incredible cards that hold good value. Now, you have the Pikachu V. That's another strong trainer gallery card in this set, but it is the V Max. This is the most expensive trainer gallery card, and it is fantastic. Nearly $50. Now, when it came out, it did drop, and then it was around $40, $42, and is on the slight uptick. You know, at this rate, be about $50 before we know it. Lost Origin, a fantastic set to open. Has massive chase cards in it. Pull rates are, you know, okay. Number of pulls good, but the pull rates are pretty low. One thing that's impacting the value of these cards, like in Silver Tempest. But this is a cool card nonetheless. Hard to pull. Lost Origin booster boxes are easy to get hold of still, but this is proving to be a tough card to pull in this Pikachu Chonkachu V Max. In number 8, we have a card from Astral Radiance, and it's the Origin Form Dialga V alt art. This is a beautiful card. I absolutely love it. My favorite card actually from Astral Radiance, and it's broke $50. So we now have one that's over $50, and it's stayed pretty steady since its release. If we go back 6 months, it dropped, then it peaked, and now it's dropping again. Sitting around $50. It is not massively expensive compared to some of the other alt arts you can get in other sets, but it is one of the most expensive cards in Astral Radiance, and it's nice that it's broken into this, you know, top 10 list for the most expensive cards. It was the most expensive card in this set upon release, and then the Machamp overtook it, but this is still a really nice card for any collection, and I really like the look of it. Next, we have the Origin Form Palkia, again from Astral Radiance. This is the other version, you know, compared to the Dialga, and you know, pretty much the same price, $54. Literally not much in it different between the two cards. Astral Radiance is the cheapest to get out of the trainer gallery sets. In my opinion, it's the weakest out of the trainer gallery sets, but nonetheless, it is a trainer gallery set. So there's some great cards you can get in there, and this is definitely one of them. Just like the Dialga, the prices have been pretty stable upon release, hasn't really moved much, you know, kind of got outshadowed by the Machamp, but nonetheless, it is still a really cool card and really nice in any collection. Astral Radiance is quite easy to get hold of. Pull rates are not too bad in Astral Radiance, so you might be able to pull this one yourself, but this is still a cool card for anybody. Next, we have the Charizard V-Star Rainbow. We've now pulled it twice on stream. This card is a big jump from the previous one in the entry, and now we're looking at around $80 for this card. It came out at the beginning of the year, and this card has basically been dropping ever since its release. It came out at around $180, and it's been dropping ever since, and it did dip below 80 at one point, but it is sitting around $80 still, you know, $80, $85. So it is a lot cheaper than it was when it came out. The second most expensive card in Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars, in my opinion, is a fantastic set. This is still a big chase card. Big Rainbow. Rainbow cards don't tend to, you know, hold a lot of value, but this one definitely does. It's Charizard. It's awesome. It looks amazing in person. This is great for anybody's collection. Overall, I think this is a fantastic card. But yeah, Brilliant Stars, booster boxes get more expensive, single packs get more expensive. So we can start seeing some of the single cards climbing over time. This is going to be a big hitter going into 2023. Coming into the top 5 now, we have the Machamp V Alt Art from Astral Radiance, the most expensive card in Astral Radiance. Now, this card has had an incredible journey. It has, exceeded all expectations, to be honest. We go back from when it first came out, it spiked massively. It did actually release at around that $50 to $60. Then it went really high at $130, and it stayed around that $120 mark for the longest time, $110, $120. Now, we broke into the $100 mark, and it is with Astral Radiance. Who would have thought it? Machamp is one of the hardest cards to pull, and it's in Astral Radiance, like I say, similar to the others. Astral Radiance is easy to get hold of, one of the cheapest sets to get right now, but it's a tough card to pull. It really is a tough card to pull. People really like this card, and it's holding incredible value. It's by far the most expensive card in Astral Radiance, and number 5 in the most expensive cards that have been released this year is pretty impressive. Next, we have the Aerodactyl V Alternate from Lost Origin. I absolutely love this card. This card's fantastic. Now, Lost Origin has some incredible cards in it. I'm looking at around $128, and it has been kind of steady since its release. It is a big, big card. Not the biggest card in the set. We'll get to that later on in the list, but I said it before, Lost Origin could be the 3rd best set in the Sword and Shield era. Has a strong trainer gallery, has 2 massive, big, heavy-hitting cards. With the Aerodactyl and the Giratina, which will be later on, this is a fantastic card. Gorgeous looking card. Tough to pull. Really tough to pull. Lost Origin has good hit rates, but not good pull rates. Now, getting the big top-end cards of the alt arts are tough to find in Lost Origin. So that's one thing I would say about this card. But nonetheless, it is a gorgeous card, and we can't deny how incredibly valuable it is. Sitting at around $128, around $130. It is a big ticket card for Lost Origin. Coming into number 3, we have the Charizard V Alternate. This card has been interesting. From Brilliant Stars, it is the biggest card in Brilliant Stars, and in my opinion, I actually still think this is going to be one of the biggest alternates out of the Sword and Shield era. Could be up there alongside the Rayquaza from Evolving Skies and the Umbreon, but it's kind of struggling to maintain its price. We take a look at it right now. We go back a year. We go back a whole year. Don't forget, it came at the beginning of the year. This card has had a yo-yo journey. 160 going up to 200, to 206, then dropping back down to 160, then going back up to 200, now dropping back down to 180. It's crazy. Like I said earlier on, Brilliant Stars is becoming more and more expensive. There is less of it available around compared to other sets. It is, in my opinion, the 2nd best Sword and Shield era set. Charizard is the forefront of it. It is an amazing artwork. Fighting Venusaur, how epic is this? This still is one of the best cards, I think, in the Sword and Shield era. Gorgeous artwork. Real big chase card. And it's one of the reasons why people want to get Brilliant Stars. So it is really, really strong. And I do feel like this will carry Brilliant Stars in the long run, and I do really rate this card, but it keeps dropping like that $200 mark. It's crazy though. We're talking about a $200 card compared to the start of this list. We're talking about under $50. These are the big heavy hitters coming out of this year. But what is going to be number 2 and what is going to be number 1? Number 2, we have the Lugia V Alternate Art from Silver Tempest. I love this card so much. However, the price of this card has been dropping like crazy on its release. It did come out, I think it was around like $300, and then it dropped. I'm looking at $230, and then bang, down to roughly $200. Going the same route as the Charizard. This is a big card. This is by far the biggest card in Silver Tempest, and it's a lovely card. It's an absolutely gorgeous card. But like I say, I do feel like it will probably drop in 2023. Because Silver Tempest is the most recent set. There's a ton of it around, and it is by far the most expensive card to pull in the set. And the rest of the set is kind of a bit weak in my opinion. Not very strong trainer gallery, except the Rayquaza, of course, and now the Lugia. Incredible. You think about it. Lugia, most expensive card in the set, $207. Second most expensive card was the Rayquaza, only around $46. That shows the big difference between Silver Tempest. It's kind of like Lugia or bust. There's not a great, chance to get it. Tough pull rate, but it is a big card in Silver Tempest. But before we get to number 1, guys, you made this fun to the video, make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content. And let me know down in the comments, which of these cards do you have in your collection? Or which ones would you like to get for your collection? Personally, I really want that Aerodactyl. And I also really want that Lugia. Both of them are fantastic cards, which I do really want for my collection. But what is number 1? Well, I did mention it earlier on in the list, so let's find out. That's right, coming at number 1 is the Giratina V Alternate from Lost Origin. It's a big one. It is a massive one. $270. Unlike all the other big arts from other sets, this one has been climbing since its release. Now, Lost Origin hasn't been out a huge amount of time. We go back 6 months. This card did spike to $270. Then it did dip to around that 220, 210, and now it's back on the uprise. It did actually peak at around close to 290. This is actually the third most expensive card in the entire Sword and Shield era. Big card. Like I said about Lost Origin, very strong trainer gallery. Aerodactyl, Giratina. I do believe Lost Origin is good, in my opinion, take the third best slot in the Sword and Shield era. In fact, I would even think it would go head to head with Brilliant Stars in the future. I do genuinely think that. Giratina is a big hitting card. Very tough to pull. The pull rates for Lost Origin for these big top cards is incredibly tough. And that's one of the reasons why Aerodactyl is so expensive and Giratina is so expensive. But yeah, $270. That is absolutely crazy. It really is crazy. It is absolutely beating the Lugia. It is absolutely beating past the Charizard. Who would have thought? I would have thought maybe Lugia might be the most expensive card of this year, but Giratina is proven to be top dog. Going to be interesting to see what it's going to be like in 2023. Will it, go even higher? Will it reach $500 by the end of next year? Could it become the second most expensive card? Could it, match even the Umbreon? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Don't forget, Lost Origin hasn't been out that long. Only time will tell with this card. There you have it, guys. Those are the top 10 most expensive cards that are released this year. Very interesting. This year, we've had some massive expensive cards compared to last year. Last year, we had some, pretty decent expensive cards. Obviously, the Umbreon took that one. At the time, Umbreon wasn't even that expensive compared to what the Giratina is, or even the Lugia. So it's interesting. But then, obviously, Umbreon has jumped up a lot this year. So that's because Evolving Skies are getting harder and harder to get. But these cards have only recently came out. Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, they only just not long released. They've still got a lot left in their print run, and they're already this high. Imagine what's going to happen to these cards when these sets are no longer in print. Anyway, guys, that's it from me in this video. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, you guys are the legends, and I'll see you all in the next one.